Alright, so let's talk tech. Not just the latest smartphone with the crazy new camera sensor, but the foundational stuff. The kind of technology that's so deeply embedded in our daily lives that we don't even see it anymore. It's like the operating system of our society. It just runs quietly in the background, making everything else possible. Think about it for a second. Every single thing you do, flipping a light switch in the morning, scrolling through your feed at night, is powered by layers and layers of innovation. These aren't just gadgets. They are the fundamental building blocks that have completely reshaped human existence. And that's not an exaggeration. We often get caught up in the hype cycle of what's new, what's next. Is this year's phone really that different from last year's? But today, I want to take a step back. A big step back. We're going to look at some of the all-time GOATs of technology, the absolute legends. Let's get into it. So, first up, let's talk about the OG content distribution platform, the printing press. Before around the year 1440, if you wanted to copy a book, you had to do it by hand. Imagine trying to write out every single word of your favorite novel, page by page. It would take months, maybe years, and it would be incredibly expensive. This meant knowledge was locked away, accessible only to a very small, very wealthy elite. Then comes this guy, Johannes Gutenberg, with a game-changing idea. He creates a system with movable type. Think of it like a massive set of stamps, one for each letter. You arrange the letters to form words and sentences, lock them into a frame, cover them in ink, and then press a giant sheet of paper onto them. The beauty of it was its reusability. It was the first time information could be mass-produced. Suddenly, books could be made by the hundreds, then thousands. The price plummeted. For the first time, ideas could spread like wildfire. Scientific discoveries, political pamphlets, religious texts, new philosophies could be shared across entire continents in a fraction of the time. Think about it in modern terms. Before the printing press, sharing knowledge was like sending a single, handwritten letter. After the printing press, it was like posting something that could be instantly screenshotted and shared with millions. It fueled the Renaissance, the Reformation, the scientific revolution. Every YouTube video you watch, every article you read, every podcast you listen to, it all traces its lineage back to this fundamental shift. The printing press taught us that making information accessible to everyone is one of the most powerful forces for change in the world. Next on the list is a piece of tech that's probably within a few feet of you right now. You might not even be thinking about it. The electric motor. It's the unsung hero of the modern world. At its core, an electric motor is a device that turns electricity into motion. It does this using electromagnetism. Run an electric current through a coil of wire that creates a magnetic field. That field interacts with other magnets inside the motor. The rotor then spins. A simple, elegant conversion of energy. Before motors, massive, clunky steam engines, water wheels. Huge, inefficient, tethered to the power source. Electric motors changed all that. They come in any size. Massive motors power trains and industrial machinery. Tiny motors vibrate the phone in your pocket. Tiny motors spin laptop cooling fans. Quiet, reliable, can be placed anywhere you can run a wire. Just look around your home. Refrigerator compressor, washing machine drum, blender blades, vacuum cleaner. In transportation, motors are at the forefront of the automotive industry. Instant torque, incredible performance in EVs, smoother, quieter. Alright, now we need to talk about something very, very small that had a very, very big impact. I'm talking about the transistor. If you had to pick a single invention that enabled the entire digital world, this is it, period. Before the transistor, the only way to control the flow of electricity in a circuit, to act as a switch or an amplifier, was with something called a vacuum tube. Vacuum tubes were basically glass bulbs, like a light bulb, that were big, fragile, expensive, got super hot and burned out all the time. The first computers used thousands of them and filled entire rooms. The transistor does the exact same job as a vacuum tube, but it's a solid-state device. It's made from a semiconductor material, usually silicon. The simplest way to think about it is as a tiny, microscopic, electrically controlled switch. It has 3 connections. A small electrical signal sent to the middle connection can control a much larger flow of electricity between the other 2. It can either let the current pass through, an on state or a 1, or block it, an off state or a 0. This simple on-off binary capability is the literal language of computers. The genius of the transistor is its size and reliability. You can make them unbelievably small. We went from room-sized computers with vacuum tubes to a calculator that fits in your pocket. Today, the processor inside your smartphone, the chip that runs the whole show, contains billions of transistors. Not millions, billions. Each one is a tiny switch, flipping on and off billions of times per second to perform the calculations needed to run your apps, process your photos, connect to the internet. Literally every single piece of modern electronics owes its existence to this one little component. So we've covered how we share information and how we build the devices to process it. Now, let's talk about how we connect it all together. The internet. It's so ubiquitous today that it feels less like a technology and more like a utility, like water or electricity. But at its core, the internet is a mind-bogglingly complex and brilliant system. The basic idea is to create a decentralized network of computers that can all talk to each other. The key breakthrough was something called packet switching. Instead of needing a direct, dedicated line between two computers, data is broken into tiny pieces called packets. Each packet is like a little digital postcard. It has the address of where it's going, the address of where it came from, and a small piece of the total message. These packets are then sent out onto the network, and they can all take different routes to get to their destination. A video you're streaming might have its packets travel through a dozen different cities and countries on their way to you. Once they all arrive, the receiving computer reassembles them in the correct order to recreate the original file. This system is incredibly robust. If one path is blocked or slow, the packets simply find another way around. The impact of this is something we are all living through. The internet is the largest library ever created, the biggest marketplace in history, and the most powerful communication tool all rolled into one. It has democratized access to information on a scale that even the printing press couldn't imagine. The internet is essentially a global, interconnected brain, and we are all the neurons. It is the connective tissue of modern society, and its story is still being written every day. For our final piece of tech, let's talk about something I handle every single day: the lithium-ion battery. This technology might seem a bit more modern than the others, but its impact is just as profound. All the incredible portable electronics we have, smartphones, laptops, tablets, smartwatches, wireless headphones, would be useless without a way to power them on the go. The lithium-ion battery is the key that unlocked true portability for high-performance electronics. It's the tech that cut the final cord and allowed our digital lives to be truly mobile. So how does it work? Like any battery, it stores chemical energy and converts it into electrical energy. A lithium-ion battery is made up of a few key parts: 2 electrodes and anode, and a cathode, a liquid electrolyte in between. When you charge the battery, lithium ions are forced to move from the cathode to the anode, like compressing a spring. When you use the battery, those ions naturally want to move back to the cathode, and their movement creates a flow of electrons, an electric current, that powers your device. The magic of lithium is that it's very light and can hold a lot of charge, a property we call high energy density. Before lithium-ion batteries became commercially available in the 1990s, portable electronics used much heavier and less efficient chemistries like nickel-cadmium. An old cell phone from the 80s had a battery pack the size of a brick that would last for maybe an hour of talk time. A modern smartphone battery is a thin slab that can power a pocket-sized supercomputer for an entire day. And its impact goes way beyond phones. It's what powers the electric vehicle revolution, with massive battery packs enabling cars to travel hundreds of miles on a single charge. So there you have it, 5 pieces of technology that fundamentally changed the world. Printing press, electric motor, transistor, internet, lithium-ion battery, each one built on the last, creating the layers of innovation that we now live on top of. And the most exciting part is that this story is far from over. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more amazing tech stories.